The biggest trigger to overeat is feeling full. When you are so uncomfortably full, that is when you tend to eat more. Why? Because when you are uncomfortable, your body is looking to feel better. Your body is wanting comfort. And what makes you feel really good, really fast? Food. You get a dopamine hit, you get the pleasure, you get the relief, the comfort. And this is where it drives you up the freaking wall because you're like, I don't get it. I'm so full. Why do I keep on eating? This is why. You're longing for more comfort. And this is where the all or nothing mentality comes in. I'm already bloated, so I might as well just keep on eating and feel even more bloated. I already feel like crap, so I'm just going to keep on eating and make myself feel like even more crap. And this is also where you end up eating foods that you normally don't eat. The processed foods, the crackers, the wheat thins, the cookies, the pasta, the pizza. You're like, this is the perfect opportunity. I feel like crap. I'm already bloated, so let me go and eat other foods that also make me bloated, because you wouldn't dare eat those foods when you're feeling good. You wouldn't dare eat those foods when you were on point with your morning routine. You got in your walk, you got in your water, you did your workout, you're feeling good in your own skin. There would be no way you would be allowing yourself to have the cookie or the processed foods or the wheat thins. It's only when you feel bloated. It's only when you're already uncomfortably full. It's already when you don't feel the best. You're feeling uncomfortable. You're like, might as well. This is the perfect opportunity. Have you done this? I literally did a reel and a TikTok video on this, and it was blowing up. Everyone's like, this just makes so much sense. Like, you're just speaking to my freaking soul. And how do I know this? Because I've lived it. I've lived it. There would be so many days where I would just, feel bloated for whatever reason, or I would overeat at lunch. And that would be the night that I would keep on eating for dinner, overeating at dinner. Or that's when I would have like my chocolate chip pancakes, which was a massive trigger food for me. Or I would have my mom's pasta that I normally wouldn't allow myself to have on a regular basis. That's when I would have my wheat thins or the dried mangoes. Because if you know a certain food makes you bloated, you're not going to just, let's use dried mangoes as an example. You're not going to have dried mangoes on, hey Holly, I love seeing you. You've been on my lives recently. It's so good to have you here. Let's say dried mangoes bloats you. You're not going to probably allow yourself to have dried mangoes when you have like a wedding to go to in an hour, or you're meeting up with friends that you haven't seen in a hot minute, but you're going to eat the dried mangoes after a day where you've overeaten at lunch. Maybe you went out for lunch with your coworkers, or you ended up having way too many cookies. That's the day you're going to go and have the dried mangoes. That's what I did. I would never allow myself to have like wheat thins. Like that was like a trigger food for me. And so the days where I would overeat, I'm already bloated, bring out the wheat thins, because tomorrow I'm not going to allow myself to have them. And this is what you do as well too. And so how I got out of this mindset was I shifted my mindset to say, I am uncomfortably full right now, and what my body is longing for is comfort. So how can I give my body true comfort, not a false sense of comfort through continuing to eat, because sure, you feel comfort, relief, and pleasure, dopamine for a few minutes, but it's not sustainable. So how can you give yourself true comfort? Maybe this is a walk to get some fresh air. Maybe this is spending time with your loved ones. Maybe this is, I'm going to make myself a hot cup of chamomile tea, or I'm going to cuddle up in a blanket and drink my tea or like watch my favorite show. Give yourself true sustainable comfort, because that is actually what you're longing for. When you are so uncomfortably full, that is a trigger to overeat even more because you want comfort. And yes, food gives you comfort temporarily, but it's also followed by so much shame, so much guilt, so much judgment. You feel like crap, you beat yourself up, and then the same thing happens in a few days from now or in the next week. So you have to rewire your brain to say, I am uncomfortably full right now, and what I'm actually longing for is comfort. So how can I give myself true sustainable comfort in this moment? This is how you rewire your brain. This is how you rewire your brain, and you also get out of the all or nothing mentality. Because you know that you're not going to feel any less bloated if you continue to eat foods that bloat you. You're not going to continue to feel any less full if you continue to eat when you're already uncomfortably full. But I'm sharing this with you because if you've ever asked yourself, like, what the heck is wrong with me? Gabriella said, what comfort alternatives do you recommend? I shared a few. Again, every single person is going to be different. For me, I used to love a nice hot cup of chamomile tea. It's so soothing. So you can either have like a nice hot cup of chamomile tea if that's your vibe. Again, you have to do what's comforting for you. One of my clients loves doing like legs up the wall. It's actually a nervous system regulation technique that I teach my clients. So if you've probably done it in like yoga. If you even go up to like the wall and you just put your legs up, that is really soothing. It just like actually calms your nervous system. I used to also love like taking a hot shower, getting outside, some fresh air, maybe cuddling with your loved ones. Like there's so many different things. Obviously you have to find what is actually truly comforting for you, because I might list out all these things and you're like, that's not comforting for me at all. So you have to just, even as you go throughout your day, it's like, what do I enjoy doing? What's soothing? What's relaxing? So those are some suggestions. You're welcome. So this is so important because, again, if you've ever asked yourself, like, what the heck is wrong with me? Like, why do I keep eating when I know I'm already full? It's the all or nothing mentality. You're trying to make yourself feel better. Nobody wants to sit in the feelings of discomfort when you're like so full, your leggings are so freaking tight. You're like, I can't wait to go home and change in my sweatpants. I've been there, I've done that. Nobody wants to sit in like the shame and the guilt of like, oh, I just ate so much. So you literally go and you eat more to make yourself feel better. This is what it is. So rewiring your brain through this process is so important. Okay, I will stay on for a little bit longer. Do we have any questions on this? And by the way, if you haven't joined my program, so there's two things I'm going to share with you right now. The first one is actually completely free. It is the 3-day free masterclass that I'm running March 10th to the 13th. It's completely free. It's 3 days. And it's called How to Stop Giving Into Your Binge Urges. So if you feel like, oh my God, every time an urge comes on, whether it's an urge to overeat or an urge to binge or an urge to just like mindlessly snack when you know you're not hungry, I'm going to help you stop giving into your binge urges. This is all without distracting yourself and staying busy and just trying to like willpower your way through and keeping chocolate out of the house. These are going to be sustainable solutions, and I'm also going to teach you how to even prevent your urges from arising in the first place, because it's so much easier to stop giving into your urges when they stop popping up. So it's completely free. If you haven't yet joined, message me binge urges and I'll send you the link. It's completely free. It's 3 days. I am the queen of this. Like, I have helped so many of my clients stop binge eating through rewiring their brain and knowing how to stop giving into their urges, because binge eating is a habit. It's all habit. So if you don't give into your urges, you're effectively rewiring your brain out of these habitual cycles. But right now, you're telling yourself, one more time, I promise this is the last time, and you keep on giving in, which makes your urges more intense and stronger. So that's the first thing. The second thing, if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about food 24/7, Food is on my mind all freaking day long. I'm eating past fullness, and I'm just like constantly thinking about like my next meal. Like I'm having breakfast, I'm thinking about lunch. And you want to be able to master intuitive eating. Like you just want to eat normally. You know those people that just like go to a restaurant and you like see them and they just like leave food on their plate and the waiter comes around and grabs their plate and you were like, are you feeling okay? Are you okay? Like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, are you sick? Because why did you not finish your meal? That's somebody that eats normally. And I want to help you eat normally through mastering intuitive eating. So I have my program, Eat Normally, that helps you master intuitive eating. I want to help you get back to eating like a normal person. So you're going to know how to reconnect with your hunger and fullness cues. If you're like, I feel like my hunger and fullness cues are so out of whack because of years of dieting, this program is for you. If you feel like, I know that I'm full and I just keep on eating, this program is for you. If you feel like food is on my mind 24/7, maybe you're tracking your food, or maybe you're not tracking, but like you're mentally tracking. You're like, oh, did I get enough protein? Did I get enough vegetables? Should I have 1 tablespoon of peanut butter? Was that too much? If food is on your mind 24/7, this program is also for you. So if you want to join that program, it's a 4-week program, and there's going to be trainings, coaching calls with me, so opportunity to get coaching with me. You can message me, Eat Normally, and I'll send you the details on that as well too. Okay, do we have any questions? For everyone who's on live, do you have any questions for me? I will stay on a little bit longer and I will answer the questions. There was one, if I just scroll up a little bit, I think about food noise. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, do you know how to stop the food noise? So the first thing that I would say, if you're thinking about food 24/7, is a lot of the times you're not actually being realistic with your portions. So I see this often where it's like, I'm only allowed to have 1 cookie. Okay, I'm only allowed to have 1 cookie. This is what you tell yourself. I can only have 1 cookie. So you go and you have 1 cookie and you're not satisfied. You're like, but I want another one. But you're trying really hard to stick to the plan and just have 1 because you think that 1 is like a magical number. So God forbid you have 2, you're going to not do good that day. So you try to just have 1 and you try to go back to work and you're trying to focus on sending these emails. You literally can't even concentrate because you're thinking about the cookie that you really want. So you need to be more realistic with your portions and let go of this mindset that like 1 cookie is a perfect amount. Said who? Said who? The people that try to only have 1 cookie, they're the people that end up having 10 later on. The people who eat normally, they say, if I want 2 today, I'm going to trust that that is okay. And then they have 2, and guess what? They don't have 5 later on because they're satisfied. That's the first reason. The other reason when it comes to food noise as well is you're just not eating exactly what you're craving. So I see this as well too. I had a client that was craving soft serve ice cream. She's like, I'm craving soft serve ice cream. And she was trying not to have that because she would always binge on that. So she had some chocolates instead. And chocolates are satisfying her. She likes chocolate. But she had the chocolate, but it wasn't the soft serve ice cream that she wanted. And so when you're eating the chocolates like my client did, all she was thinking about was the soft serve ice cream. She wasn't satisfied. It's an alternative. Some people even do this with like, instead of ice cream, I'm going to have yogurt. Instead of chocolate, I'm going to have fruit. And it doesn't matter how much you love fruit or these other like healthier alternatives. If it's not what you want, you're going to be spending all day thinking about what you really want. And you've probably done this, right? It's like, I really want, what's another example? It's like, let's say I really want chocolate. But you're like, but I probably should do good. So I'm going to have like a rice cake with almond butter and banana. I love that combination, rice cake, almond butter, banana. I actually still eat that to this day. Like I actually love that combination, but you can't tell me that that's the same as chocolate. So when you're making substitutions and you're not actually eating what it is that you want, you're going to be thinking about food. So you have to rewire your brain to actually, number one, have more realistic portions. And then also the second thing is you need to actually be eating what it is that you're truly craving, not an alternative, not a substitution, like the real thing, the real thing. Okay, let's keep going. What other questions do we have? There's a second question here. How can I eat intuitively after having a scarcity mindset because of how I grew up? So I am going to be talking about this inside of the Eat Normally program, but this is where you have to say, like, my body is safe now. Because it doesn't matter about, in the past, if maybe you didn't have food or like you were restricting. You have to say to yourself, but that's not my reality right now. And you have to find safety. You have to find safety and look at the abundance of food that you do have now. And again, I don't know if you're, especially if you're not dieting, it's like, you have to remind yourself, like, I am no longer dieting anymore. If I want to eat now, I can. If I want to eat in 10 minutes, I can. Look at all the grocery stores around me. Look at the abundance of food. I can go to the grocery store right now. There's an abundance of food. Let me look at my pantry. Look at my fridge. Like, there's an abundance of food. I'm safe. Safety is a huge part in rewiring your brain. Safety. But safety comes through also, like, even doing a visualization exercise of like closing down your eyes and just like visualizing the abundance of food that you have and like programming that into your body of like, I'm no longer in scarcity. I have food in my fridge that I can go eat. I can literally go in the pantry right now and eat something. I'm not dieting anymore. I'm not restricting anymore. I'm not in survival mode anymore. I also think too, if you did have a scarcity mindset of how you grew up, again, I don't know if like you're around that environment, but again, it's like I'm in a different environment. I have a different perspective. I have a different mindset. I know that I had a scarcity mindset in the past, and I'm going to give myself grace when it pops up again, when I want to eat it all so that like my partner doesn't eat it. I was talking to a client yesterday on a coaching call, and she was like, sometimes I would just eat a snack because I don't want my partner to eat it. And even if I'm not hungry, I just eat it because then like if my partner eats it, then it's going to be all gone. That's a scarcity mindset. So again, you have to reprogram your mind to be like, I can go and I literally can go buy that food. I can buy 2 more packs and have them in the pantry. Like, it's fine if he eats them because like I can go to the store and buy them again tomorrow. Right? So again, it's literally like training your mind to see the abundance of food. I'm an active ballet dancer, currently struggling a lot with binge eating. I used to be a competitive dancer as well too. And I think a lot of people struggle with their relationship with food as like past dancers or athletes because you're supposed to look a certain way. And if you want to get the lifts with the boys, and if you want to be a ballet dancer, and if you want to wear these black tight outfits and look a certain way and be a ballerina, then you have to like look a certain way. And it's really so toxic. So I'm sorry that you're struggling with that, but there's absolutely a way out. Okay, let's see. Have you ever experienced extreme hunger? Yes. And any time that I would experience, so a lot of people experience extreme hunger when you've been dieting for so long. But I also think too, when it comes to extreme hunger, there's 2 things. Number one, you have to say like your body is always protecting you. And so if you're noticing that you're feeling really hungry, like overly hungry, instead of being like, judging myself, like what's wrong with me? It's literally saying to yourself, like, my body's protecting me. Like my body's like tapping me on the shoulder to be like, you need to eat because you're like in this calorie deficit and like, this is not healthy. This is not safe. So like, I'm literally protecting you. I'm sending you signals over and over and over and over and over again to protect you. And so instead of like being like, what the heck is wrong with me? Like, why did I eat so much today? Or instead of like, like judging yourself and thinking that there's something wrong. It's just like my body's protecting me. The second thing is knowing that every day is going to be different. So one day you might be like so overly hungry, and maybe it's like you had 3 snacks and you're still like, that wasn't enough. That's okay. You got to trust your body. You got to trust your body. You got to trust your body. You got to trust that today your body is ravenous, but if you actually listen to it, your body's going to work itself out. Like, your body doesn't want to overeat. Your body doesn't want to undereat. Your body will always send you signals to best support you and what your body needs. The problem is people don't listen. They question. But I just ate half an hour ago, so I shouldn't be hungry. So I'm just going to like go for a walk instead. But your body is telling you that you're hungry for a reason. You have to listen to it. You have to listen to it. It's so hard and it's scary sometimes because it's like, but I'm eating so much today. Like, what the heck is wrong? But you got to listen and you got to trust. All right, you guys. There was a comment here, I like to binge because I like the feeling of being full. So I talked about this at the beginning of this training, of how feeling full is the biggest trigger to overeat, because when you're uncomfortably full, what you're longing for is comfort. And what makes you feel comfort? Food, eating, dopamine, pleasure, satisfaction. And that's what also gets into the all or nothing mentality. This is where I talked about already at the beginning, but I'll re-say it here. It's like when you know that you're so uncomfortably full, you're like, I might as well just eat other foods that make me feel like crap. And I might as well eat foods that bloat me because I already feel crappy. And this is where you go and eat foods that you normally wouldn't allow yourself to have. And this is where you also say screw it to that walk that you were supposed to go on. This is where you have to say screw it to, this is where you say screw it to the workout that you were supposed to do. Or like the healthy dinner you were going to plan. Because you were like, well, I already overate at lunch. So like today's a write-off. Tomorrow will be better. But you guys, the people who are so consistent and feel the best in their own skin, even if they overate at lunch, they don't throw in the towel for the rest of the day. That is how they're consistent. Because even if they overate, they're like, it's okay. Then they continue going for their walk, they have a nourishing dinner, and they're going to feel so much better compared to somebody else who's like, start, stop. Okay, I had lunch and I overate. Well, F it, I'm not going to bother going for my walk. F it, I'm just going to have pizza tonight. That person's going to feel worse in their own skin because it's always start and stop, all or nothing mentality. I already feel like crap. You're wasting a day of your life. So you have to, again, rewire your brain to say, it's okay that I overate. I'm uncomfortable right now and it sucks and it feels so horrible. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to throw in the towel because I could feel better tonight. I could either feel worse by continuing to eat, or I can feel better by shifting my mindset, still going on my walk. You know? Still being intimate. Still having a snack and enjoying the rest of the day and going for my walk and doing my workout. You don't have to throw in the towel. Hannah said I did this for the first time. Yesterday we went out to eat and I overate. I didn't binge later. Well, that is fantastic. And again, I tell my clients this all the time. It's not about the fact that you overate. It's about what meaning you're placing on it. If you're like, I failed, I messed up, well, that's the problem. The problem isn't the fact that you overate at lunch. The problem is you placing meaning on it of what it means for you. You're like, I failed, I messed up, oh, this sucks. So it's the meaning that you're actually placing on it. What if I want to diet and lose weight? Well, if you're struggling with binge eating and if you're struggling with like overeating and binging and you want to lose weight, you have to stop your binge eating. You have to work on your relationship with food, because if you don't, you're going to continue to eat way past fullness, and that is going to actually sabotage your health and fitness goals. It's only when you know how to comfortably stop when you're full. You know how to stop giving into your binge urges, you stop mindlessly snacking, that's actually when you're going to actually release weight naturally without even effort. Because imagine if you didn't overeat this week. Imagine if you didn't binge this week. You'd be saving yourself so many calories, and it's not about the calories, but the truth is it's like continuing to overeat and binge. You're not going to feel better in your own skin. You're not going to release weight. So you have to actually work on your relationship with food, because that's what's causing you to actually binge and overeat in the first place. So that's what I would say. All right, badasses, thank you for being here. As again, a reminder is the first thing, I have the free 3-day masterclass, how to stop giving into your binge urges. Be sure to register for that. You can message me binge urges. If you feel like my urges are so strong and demanding and persistent and it feels like I have to give in, this is a great free masterclass to join. And then the second thing, if you feel like I just want to eat like a normal person, I just want to stop eating when I'm full. I want to get rid of the freaking crazy food noise in my mind. And I just want to be like this person who can just eat without like judging my food choices or looking up the menu a week in advance. Then you want to jump inside my program, Eat Normally. So again, if you feel like your urges are very strong, you can join the free 3-day masterclass. You can also join both. Some people join both already. But you can always message me, Eat Normally, for details on that program. I'm here to support you guys. And thank you for being here. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Okay, bye guys.